Okay, this video right here. Experiments hint on time being an illusion. Motherfuckers, please, everyone in the scientific community who's doing these types of experiments, please. I've known time as an illusion, a vagary of perception for a very long time. Or rather, a stretch of continuance. Because things just continue onward. Forwards, backwards, left, right, up, down, inside, out. Multi-dimensional and sideways through everything. You can't accurately pin down just yet how an electron travels through its cloud orientation in an atom. It just moves around. Things just continue onward. I don't even have to watch that video to know that time is an illusion. It's a made-up word. Much like all words are made up. What matters is the meaning implied. The connection. Hang on. Yeah. Now, time as a series of numbers on a clock, whether it's the 24-hour clock or the 12-hour rotated around twice for AM and PM clock, it doesn't matter. But here's some context to add to whoever's going to watch Anton Petrovs' video and look at these experiments that they're doing. Here's some better context to use time in. Time as a system of measurement of numbers from the perspective of looking at the clock, dates from months and years and whatnot, days of the week. That is good for measuring a short term to maybe even a short middle of medium term of how things just continue on. It's good for providing context to a short-lived mortal species. Kind of like how a fruit fly will live for, 48 hours at most? Or on average? It's good for applying a system of measurement to short things. In the grand scale of things, that is. That's about it. Because what people keep calling time is not the fourth dimension, but rather it is momentum, inertia, movement. Things continue on, moving in whatever direction they move in. It's not a line that goes from A to B. It's a fluid dynamic, like an ocean. That's the fourth dimension that we all swim within. And it has its natural currents and eddies that go through it and pull you all along. It continues onward. I don't know the direction it's going, but it's going. And it's very difficult to swim against the current. It's not the easiest way to explain it, is it? Or is it? It's just It's like saying it's a three-dimensional space, and it has its own natural movement system that's going through it, carrying you all along. Even me, carrying me along. I'm just along for the ride at that point. It has its own natural flow that goes from one point to another and curves and bends and goes up and down through what we perceive as three-dimensional Euclidean geometry. And yeah, that's that's a good way of putting it. It's a three-dimensional space that's very large, that we all exist in, and it has its own natural flow of energy that pulls along in a direction. That direction isn't always the same straight, continuing onward path. It bends and curves and flows up and down and all kinds of things. There's even spirals and whirlpools, waves on the surface. But it's difficult to go against the flow once you're in it. Yeah, that's it. That's a better way of describing it as opposed to saying it's like an ocean. It's a superpositioned layer of 3D space that's larger than what we currently exist in. It's not a fucking tesseract or a hypercube, no. It's just a very large three-dimensional space with its own motion and movement and inertia and momentum. That's what time is. That's what the fourth dimension is. Even the small measurement that everyone calls time, like time of day, date and month and year, it's the exact same thing, just scaled down for conceptual awareness of its existence in a more bite-sized manner for the mortal mind. And no matter what anyone tells you, don't buy into the bullshit that there are things outside of your conceptual perception that you cannot comprehend. It's easy to comprehend anything and everything out there. It is. All it takes is finding the right way of describing it. It's that fucking simple. Yeah, I think that's enough for this video. Get in my fucking Patreon and take what I've said in addition to whatever was in Anton Petrovs' video, Experiments Hint on Time Being an Illusion. Yes, it is an illusion. It's a methodology of explaining something large with a small version. An all of null, if you will. Only there is no infinity in it at all. All of null can be the large version or the small version of something large or small. But there's no infinity to it. In reality, there is no infinity to it. Mathematically, yeah, you can have the infinity. Infinity pretty much only exists in theoretical mathematics. But in reality, it just doesn't. So, take what I've said and add it to whatever Anton Petrovs' video says. I'm going to watch it after I finish this video that I'm making right now, and I'm going to see just what experiments were going on with it. Right. Last thing. Get in my fucking Patreon, you freeloading cunts.